throat chakra, Vishuddha. So this throat chakra, it relates to your communication, your expression. Now, from this throat chakra, your spiritual energies, your spiritual self starts activating. So this throat chakra is creativity. It deals with your creativity because it is through your words, it is through your expression. See, your voice, you have to understand that your voice is not only just the sound. The words you speak is not just the sound. The words you speak is the expression of your soul. Your words are your expression of your soul. So if the soul expresses its creativity through the words. It is through the words you manifest your feelings, you manifest what you want, you manifest your desires, you manifest your dreams. Your manifestation happens through the expression, and that is why this the identity is creative. And communication means not only speaking, communication means your ability to speak precisely, straight to the point, and also your ability to listen deeply. Both listening and speaking, both comes under this fifth chakra. And what blocks this throat chakra is the lies. The definition of lie is expressing the truth. When you can't express your truth, then you are in lie. So why people can't express their own truth is because of fear, is because of guilt, is because of shame, is because of all the judgments of the self and judgments from others. So whenever you are not authentic, whenever you are not able to express what is there in your heart, that means you are living in a lie. And that blocks your creativity. That blocks your truth. The opposite of lie is truth. So the energy of the lie has to be transformed into the energy of the truth. That simply means all the inauthenticity, all the manipulations in the heart should get transformed into pure expression of what you feel in your heart. But that needs a lot of courage. That needs a lot of trust. That needs a lot of willpower. That needs a lot of self-esteem, self-confidence. So that's why the lower chakras lay a foundation for your higher chakras to come into balance. So some of the examples, a lie is, when somebody says, I love you, on the words they say, I love you, but you experience abuse or you experience subtle neglect or shame. So that is a lie for you. So the words are not matching your experience. So that is a lie. As a child, we are forced to say sorry to somebody, but the child doesn't feel sorry. So as parents, you force them to say sorry. So that blocks their throat chakra because they don't feel like saying sorry, but you are forced to say something which is not in your experience. Then it disturbs your fifth chakra. Then the child feels, okay, my emotions, my feelings are not important. Then the distortion in the expression happens. The child doesn't like somebody, but the parents force them. No, 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 they are your relatives. They are your well wishers. You have to be nice to them. But the child doesn't feel, but you are forcing. So you are going against the feeling of the child. And you want to be thankful for something we don't want to. For example, the father buys a toy, a robot, and the mother says, okay, say thank you to daddy. But the child doesn't want robot. The child doesn't want the toy. The child is forced to say something. The child is forced to say thank you, but for which it never wanted. Maybe the child wanted some quality time with the father. Maybe the child wanted to go out and play. Maybe the child wanted the parents to hug. But instead of it, the parents sometimes replace with materialistic gifts and expect the child to be thankful. So this all becomes a lie for the child. And as we discussed before, the fear energy, the guilt energy, the shame energy, these energies impact the fifth chakra. It impacts the heart chakra, and when the heart chakra is blocked, then it is from the heart the expression comes. So then naturally the throat chakra is also blocked. So these are the questions you need to ask. Were you comfortable to speak up or were you in fear? So every child must feel safe and secure to voice out the uncertainties without being ridiculed. And if the child is given the enough space to freely express whatever it wants, then when the child grows up, then it has a healthy communication. And the toxic home atmosphere. Certain families have too much noise, constant arguing. The parents argue, they shout, they scream, they nag, because this chakra deals with listening as well as speaking. This noise pollution impacts this chakra. So the child don't have a good example of how to communicate with love and how to communicate with reason and how to communicate the most effective way. The children don't have good examples if they are brought up in a toxic atmosphere. And authoritarianism, what we have seen in the third chakra, it really hurts. I mean, it's like, saying it's only one way communication. I will say, and you have to listen. You have no choice. Don't talk back. Your inner truth doesn't matter. So, this in your childhood deeply affects the way you express. Then you end up just like an exact carbon copy of your own parents. You don't know how to communicate with your partner. Sometimes the woman complain that my husband is not understanding me. He's not willing to even listen. You have to have some compassion because he is a victim of his own childhood, or vice versa. Woman is speaking too much. Sometimes husbands say, I cannot listen to my wife. She's constantly speaking, she is nagging. That's why sometimes men pretend, take the newspaper and pretend like reading or watching some TV. Because the communication is not healthy, the communication is not loving. Then what happens? They shut down. It is because of the lack of the communication, most of the relationships are not healthy. Most of the relationships are destroyed because of lack of communication. And the neglect in your childhood also affects your throat chakra. There is a difference between speaking to you and speaking with you. Speaking to you means I will share whatever I want to share with you. I will speak whatever I want to speak to you. That is speaking to you. But speaking with you means while I'm sharing, while I'm speaking, I'm also willing to listen your point of view. Speaking with you means two-way communication. Speaking to you means one-way communication. So as long as you have a two-way communication, before you speak, you should be able to listen also. You should be able to listen, you should be able to process it, and you should be able to appropriately speak, answer, respond. So that is a healthy communication. So speaking with you is a two-way. Always you should prefer a two-way communication. And some of the secrets the child is being asked, sometimes the child is said, oh, don't reveal it to anybody. It is our family secret. Our family respect is at stake. So don't tell this about your father to anybody. Don't tell about your mother to anybody. Sometimes the child is asked to keep certain secrets, or the child is forced not to say anything. That also impacts their expression. So they get confused what to speak, what not to speak. So that also impacts the throat chakra. And it is very easy to identify if this throat chakra is excessive, if the energy in the throat region is excessive. Excessive means not in balance. Then they keep discharging their energy continuously. They speak nonsense. They will speak for 1 hour, but there is no essence. They keep simply blah blah, like verbal diarrhea. And they overtalk with no real substance. They don't come to the point, they go round and round. And these people, they use their voice to dominate others because they are not willing to listen. So they want to have the final say. So they raise the voice they shout so that the other person listens, dominating voice rather than soothing voice and gossiping. And these people don't have the listening habit, so they keep on interrupting. They don't have the patience to listen. So this is excessive. And deficient is too little energy. The voice is very weak. They are very shy and they keep it to themselves. They don't know how to express what they want, and whatever they feel in the heart, they keep it to themselves. They will never speak about it. And these people sometimes they don't even realize that they have the right to ask questions. So instead of asking the right questions, instead of clarifying the doubts, they keep judging. Silently, they keep it to themselves and silently they start judging. There is a running commentary which is going inside them. They go into self judgments instead of speaking up, instead of asking for clarifications. So the balanced chakra is more of good communication skills, expressing truth of one's own experience. Because your experience is shared through the heart space. From the heart space, you speak, use your throat to speak. It is your own experience, so you speak. So when you're speaking your own experience, it has energy. Your words have energy. But if you're not speaking from your experience, you are bluffing or you're just speaking with the theoretical knowledge. Your words don't have energy. It cannot penetrate the other person's heart. And these people are very effective listeners. And they strike a perfect balance between speaking and listening. And they know how to modulate their voice. And it is very pleasant to listen to them. And they live a very creative life. They manifest whatever they want. Their dreams are manifested. Their life is expressed in the most creative way. So these are some of the questions you need to ask yourself. Do you really share what you feel, or you share what the other person wants to listen? Do you speak to please others, or you speak your truth at any cost? Do you stick on to your truth at any cost, or do you please? Sometimes pleasing means if you need something, you need some favors from another person. Sometimes people manipulate. And do you have any hesitation communicating things? Like, for example, if you need some money, you need some rest, or you need hugs, or you want a certain intimacy. Can you communicate with your partner, or can you communicate without any hesitation? Or you have certain programming, you have certain restrictions, you have certain taboos. You feel that, oh, discussing this topic is a taboo. Even though I feel like asking it, I don't want to ask it because it is a taboo. It is a sensitive thing. So do you listen attentively or silently judge others when they are speaking? So these are the questions you need to ask so that you can work upon this. So living creatively also means living your life purpose and having no regrets. Some people, they say, oh, I wish my life was different. So they are in a regretful mode. Are you in any kind of regrets? Or you are expecting the society will change? You're expecting the other person will change their behavior rather than you changing yourself. You cannot change another person. But if you're expecting the other person should change, the other person should not speak these words, the other person should, change according to your needs, your expectations, then that is something you need to work on. And some of the physical disorders which relates to this region is the throat, ears, voice, neck, the tightness of the jaw. And for this chakra, now you need sadhana along with meditation, sincere meditation, because now you are entering the truth, the spiritual aspect. Now sincere and serious meditation. Fifth chakra is all about Vishuddhi. Vishuddhi means Vishesha. Shuddhi means purity. So every word should be like a pearl. So when this chakra is in balance, then whatever you speak is like a pearl. Whatever you speak manifests. And more practicing mauna helps to balance this chakra. And being authentic, and you express whatever you feel. Of course, your expression should be in the right time, the right place, and the right way. So that is a push. So some of the most important points to understand when it comes to the fifth chakra is your words are very, very powerful. So be impeccable with your words. Being impeccable means you are using your words only for the expression of love and not for expressing any negative things. That is impeccable because your word has the power to destroy, and at the same time, your word has the power to share your joy, to share your love, to share your creativity, to share your beauty. The creation and destruction both happen the power of your word. So the more you work on speaking your truth, your own experience, your expression of your truth empowers you. This is the most important point you need to understand. Every time you express your truth, it empowers you. All the energy which is blocked get transformed into your strength. And if at all you open your mouth, you are the first one to listen. Your words, you are the first one to listen. So the moment you speak a negative word, it impacts you first. So your negative words becomes your own curse. This is what Jesus Christ said. What goes into your mouth, that doesn't defies you, but what comes out of the mouth, that defies you as the person. Defies means destroy. So your words destroys you. If your words are not proper, then it will destroy you. So when you speak, you need to speak scientifically. You need to speak straight to the point. You need to speak with scientific temper. You need to speak in the right tone, in the right modulation, in the right time. Everything has a divine timing. You cannot simply say, I feel like this, and you cannot keep blabbering. There is a certain way to express. In the right time, in the right place, you have to express. So it is the art of communication. That's why they say it is the art of communication. When it is time to listen, you listen. When it is time to speak, you speak. Suppose in a relationship between a husband and wife, if the wife is upset and she's expressing all her anger, that is the time the husband should listen. So you need to know when to listen and when to speak. So the communication is very important. The art of speaking is as important as art of listening. In fact, you should listen twice that amount of time you should listen. Only half the time you should speak because God has given you 2 ears and one mouth. So you should listen more and speak less. The more you speak less, the more people want to be around you. People want to make friendship with you if you speak less. If you speak too much, nobody wants to be your friend. And if you speak less, you will be respected. If you speak too much, you speak unnecessarily, then you are the main reason that people don't want to be in any relationship with you. So you create your own reality. So the most important point is be aware, be mindful of your words. That's the first point. Be impeccable with your word. Use your word only for the expression of love, expression of creativity, expression of positivity, expression of friendship, and expression to empower another person. Every word you speak, it should empower you, it should empower the other person. That is the right way of speaking. Every time you open your mouth, it should encourage you, it should empower you, and it should also empower the other person. That's the first point. The second point is be authentic. Always express what you really feel in your heart. When you speak from your heart center, then your words have the energy, the words have the strength to reach to the other person's heart. Only when you speak from the heart, it can impact another person's heart. If you speak from the mind, it doesn't have the energy to impact another person. So only 2 points. Be authentic, be impeccable. So these are the 2 points to remember. And it is not so easy. It needs a lot of spiritual sadhana. It needs a lot of mauna practice. And that is exactly the reason why we do the annual retreats in the ashram. Because it is this chakra, their spiritual awakening begins. Your spiritual awakening begins with your throat chakra, because this is the expression of your truth. This is the chakra of the truth. So in these 10 days, what we do is there is a practice of mauna, there is a practice of mindfulness, there's a practice of intense meditation, there's a practice of connecting with nature. So this program is designed for the people to realize their own potential. And it's also a program for the participants to drop all the unnecessary baggage they've been carrying on for lifetimes. We have this ashram has been the intention of this ashram is for the self transformation. This is an invitation for all of you to come and do your sadhana. We have free retreats every month, every Amavasya, every Paurnami, we have free retreats. The food is free, the accommodation is free, everything is free. And the only thing we accept is donation from your heart space. We accept donation from the heart space because it gives you joy. It helps in your evolution, and it also helps the ashram's evolution. And twice a year or thrice a year, we have 10 days retreats, which involves a detox as well. So there are certain conditions which we prepare. The whole ashram will be sealed. 20-acre campus will be sealed for outside visitors. So only the participants will be there, totally connected to the nature, in complete isolation, in complete aloneness with the nature, pin drop silence. And whoever is in the group, they're all intense meditators seeking enlightenment. So it is the group energy. There's a certain ambience, and the food requirements are totally different. Towards the 10 days retreats, we'll give organic food, fruit juices, only fruit juices and fruits. You will never feel hungry, trust me. With this kind of intense energy, with the crystals, we have 6 tons of crystals, and pyramid energy and nature energy. You will never feel hungry, and you will feel rejuvenated. A lot of sprouts, with a lot of nuts, with a lot of fruits, a lot of juices. So there is a certain energy transaction. And of course, that is also not commercial. If the person is really sincere and they cannot afford, then we say, okay, come, but do the service. You don't need to compensate by paying money, but you can compensate by being part of that. You can do some voluntary service. So ashram is not a space of commercialization, but only sincere seekers are welcome. So whatever you are writing down, it is important to refer to it again and again. Just writing down and forgetting, of no use. Use it as a self reflection. Only you can help yourself, nobody can help you. It is through your own sadhana, it is through your own self reflection, it is through your own quest, own sincerity to be a better version of yourself that will help you. On this note, thank you very much. Namaste to all.